Folks, I think there's no question that there is one game that really blew the doors off the graphical barn at the Xbox E3 stream today, and that had to have been Forza Horizon. What is that? Forza Horizon 6? Or is it 5? 12? Which one is it?
5.
5. The Cinco.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That game looked like ass.
Yeah, it's super
It looked
pixelated.
disgusting.
Yeah, really gross.
Like, what is
Like,
this,
Probably
next
the
gen?
worst looking game
Jeez.
I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah. The environment was shining off of the car. It just like was super distracting. I didn't like that whatsoever. Like, where's the
That's
matte
called ray
finish?
tracing.
Where's the matte
Man,
finish? Yeah.
this
Where's the
game.
rust?
Yeah, where's the rustic look? Everyone loves a vintage looking
Yeah.
car. This was by far the best looking game out there. I was blown away. I am not a car guy. I'm not a car guy. I'm not a car video game guy. I haven't
you're
really
not.
enjoyed a car game since Burnout.
Neither of you guys are really.
No, and I'm
No,
telling you,
the last racing game I played was probably Burnout Paradise, and I hardly
Paradise.
played it.
Mm.
I hardly played it. I think I put maybe 10 hours into it, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it does help that this will be on Game Pass. I don't think I'd spend $60, $70 on this game. So I will play it day one when it releases. But goddamn, this game would make me think about spending full price on a driving game. It looks and it seems like it plays that well enough as well.
This game's played really well.
Yeah. And then the open worldness of it, where there's just like a large group of people like driving and near misses and all this other stuff. That just seems so much fun with a group of people. I'm just excited about it.
Some of those near misses, I'm wondering how many times it took them to get that right.
Yeah,
quite a few.
They've had that since Horizon 2, basically, and that's. I've played the Horizon games multiplayer, and they're fun, but they're like any other racer. People get really fucking good at them, and it's not like that. Like every single time I'm just gonna get the negative out of the way. In my opinion, is that every time they always promote these things for the Horizon games, this online structure where it's so seamless. You can just you're driving. It's like, oh, now you're gonna do a mini game. Now you're gonna do this race. Do whatever. Just hit a fucking button. It never works. At least it hasn't yet. It's not like that. It's like I've tried playing with people. It's like it's actually kind of a pain in the fucking ass to get multiplayer stuff going sometimes. At least in my experience. But that's why I get it out of the way first. That's the stuff that I would say to people: don't look into that so much than the actual game itself. Playing single player, and you still get that like Dark Souls thing where it's like you're playing single player, but there's other people on the map, which is really cool.
Okay.
Anyway,
so
as you were.
So let's piggyback off of that because you're the guy who has the most experience with the Forza Horizon series. So what did you see in this game? Like, we can gush about the graphics later, but what about this game seemed new? What seemed like a reason to jump into this?
Like really nothing. In terms of like that sounds bad, but I don't mean bad. Like Forza Horizon is probably the best racing game of the last 8 years, since 2, whenever 2 came out. They just kind of reiterate it, but they improve it every single time it comes out. And it's not a yearly thing; it's a bi-year. And I'm actually surprised that this is leapfrogging Forza Motorsport, because this should be last year should have been a Forza Motorsport year. We're actually looking at we're actually looking at a 3-year gap. I think Forza Horizon 4 came out in 2019 or 2018. Might have been 2018. I think it's been 3 years. But it's they haven't gameplay wise. They didn't show anything that's new. So
2018.
2018. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, if you don't like the gameplay of the other Horizon games, you're probably not going to like this. But it looks phenomenal. Like this is the first game on Xbox Series X. I'm like, this is the game that when people come over eventually, when that's allowed and stuff, they like check this out.
Yeah, and I can't even imagine, like, just on the stream itself, it looked phenomenal. And then when I jumped and saw the 4K video on Xbox's channel, I was even more blown away. And I told myself, I cannot even imagine what this game is going to perform like on 120 hertz television. Like, this is going to be insanely beautiful. I was blown away, especially with some of their examples of how they were using like they just had like the still images, like the still shot of like just like a canyon or
it wasn't a still shot. That was the thing.
That's the thing. Yeah,
that's the thing. No, it wasn't. Yeah,
exactly.
It
looked like it was a still shot.
Yeah,
but then you see like the clouds going by
and the river moving and the water going.
It's crazy.
And they're talking about how they had these 12K camera, HDR cameras, getting all the stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. They're showing.
And they kept them there for like 24 hours to make sure they got all the shots and everything.
And then all of a sudden, it went right into gameplay with that same thing, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was gameplay.
I mean, from a technical perspective, I don't think we've ever seen anything like that. And Travis, what you said is important to mention. It's like this is really the first time that we've been in a situation where you look at a video and you have to think about the fact that that video does not even come close to doing justice to the real thing. Right. Like even if it's a 4K video, you're not seeing it 120 frames per second like they're saying that it's going to happen. If that works out, hopefully it does.
I'm sure it will.
You don't get the HDR through the video, right?
No, you don't get the HDR at all.
Yeah. So there's even seeing the video at 4K, you're still not getting everything.
Yeah, because it's still dumbed down a little bit.
And saying all that, I was still blown away, like utterly blown away about how good. It was like I want to play a driving game just by watching this so bad. So
and that's the first. This is the first time I've wanted to actually play a driving game since God knows when.
Burnout Paradise.
Probably Burnout Paradise.
Yeah. The thing, and we were talking about this before we recorded. I think we were. I can't remember if we actually recorded at this point at this time, but I thought it was really important that Microsoft showed a game that was coming out this year that showed next gen qualities.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, all the games that have been released look amazing. They look way better than last gen, but they don't look like holy shit next gen.
It's not that jump, right? It's not that boost.
Like, right? Sony, in my opinion, has two games that I think that really were like, okay, this would not look as good on a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, and that's the Demon Souls remake. Which some parts of that game, like, holy fuck, that looks really, really good. Not Demon Souls, Demon and then Souls. Ratchet & Clank, which just came out, which Ratchet & Clank looks absolutely phenomenal. And I'm like, you can't have like them have these games out that have been like, this is like proven like next gen visuals, and people are like, visuals aren't important. They are. I'm sorry, they are. Visuals are a very big thing with immersion, and that kind of validates a new purchase of new technology. That's why people buy them. Or else people wouldn't buy new consoles or upgrade their PC.
That's very true.
That just wouldn't happen.
See, even for me, like I'll be the first to say that to me graphics aren't as important. But that's the key word. They're not as important.
No.
It's like, to me, gameplay is everything, right? I want to have fun playing the game. It can look like shit as long as I'm having fun. That doesn't mean graphics don't matter. You know, it's like it's still like it's still hard to go back and play PS1 games. You know, they're hard to look at.
That honestly is the worst generation in my opinion. That is
it's really tough.
It kind of was, yeah.
Transitional generation was really
the 2D stuff from that era looks fantastic.
Amazing.
Like Mega Man and fucking Castlevania, like everything.
All the fighting games.
Yeah. Saturn was the same way too.
Fighting games on the Saturn.
Yeah. True. Like I'm playing Symphony of the Night now. That's what I'm playing now. Like I'm not even. I'm taking that puppy up for the upteenth time.
I'm clapping at you, Jeff.
Thank you. I hear you. Yep. I'm gonna beat it this time. I'm the furthest I've ever been in it. I'm not going for the 201%, but I am going to go for at least beating it the first time.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like that's a timeless game that the graphics doesn't matter. And actually, I think that game just will stand the test of time. That game just looks
sure.
For sure. But yeah, this is like a photorealistic race. Like it's literally photorealistic. Like I was like, oh shit.
And that's the thing. It's like that's what racing games have been trying to do since the original Gran Turismo. Right?
Yeah, I remember the original Gran Turismo be like, "This looks real.
This is amazing."
Exactly. It's like that's the thing. It's like mid '90s. We're looking at this shit like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and it's such a caveman mentality of like thinking something back then looks so realistic, and then you're like, Jesus Christ, what was I gawking at? This is horrible. Like the cutscenes for Resident Evil 2. I remember looking at Resident Evil 2 on PS2 and being like, It will never get better than this.
Better than this.
It'll never.
How much better can graphics get? It's like, I honestly, that's where I was at PS4, and every time I say that, it's like, oh look, here you go. You know,
yep,
it gets better.
They one up you. Like I'm playing Ratchet on PS4, and I'm like, dude, this is a great looking game still. Like this looks amazing.
It is, yeah.
And then I watch a 4K video of Rift Apart or whatever,
and it's like holy shit, it looks so much better.
Nope, way better.
Yeah,
way
I'm like,
better.
holy shit, like this is insane. But I mean, graphics are important. And I'll tell you what excites me the most about Horizon 5. And then I was going to say graphics are important, sorry, because like Breath of the Wild. Like you couldn't do Breath of the Wild on Super Nintendo. Like that's what I'm saying. Like graphics and technology are important. It enhances games. My thing that makes me excited is Playground's making the new Fable game on the same engine.
On the same engine, wow.
I can't fucking wait.
That's going to be pretty.
They show gameplay of that because that's going to look. I mean, it's not going to look photorealistic, at least it better not. Because I mean, Fable is Fable. It's a Fable.
It needs
Fable?
to have a little
it's
bit
a
of a deformed.
It's Fable? Is it a Fable? It wasn't a Fable the first time. Sorry.
Is it a Fable? Is it a Fable? It's a Fable. It took me a while, but I got what you're saying. It's a deep family like that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a jackal.
And it's also
a jackal.
It's jackal. Yeah, it's an Indus cat too. Yeah. Jackal. It wasn't a jackal. But anyway, yeah, it looks good. I mean, I love the Horizon series. It got me excited for it. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be awesome. I was going to get it regardless. That is a game that I would have paid full price even if it wasn't on Game Pass. But yeah.
Yeah, so Forza Horizon 13, I think it is, right?
Yep, it's around there.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Sure.
But yeah, that's coming out this year, and it looks good. And gentlemen, this is chronologically the last video that we're doing for the E3 Xbox show. I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. This was such a blast. It's been a long time since we've gotten together. Yeah,
it's been a hot minute.
So yeah, this has been great. I really appreciate it.
I don't remember who the one. I don't remember who it was that says that, but it was one of us.
I don't know. They said it on. They said it. They said it on the reg, I tell you. They said it on the reg.
And there's Travis's on the reg.
This episode slaps, yo.
You're being totally sus right now, dude. Chill.
I know.
All right, jerk store.
Straight fire.
All right, we're going to quit being money hats over here, and we're going to take care. So interactive distractions one more time. Interactive Distractions is out of here one more time, and your regularly scheduled Travis and Peel show will commence. Thank you guys for watching, and you take care.